Daily Bats.
No!
I choose you
No!
as champion.
Oh, good for you!
Say my name so my powers will become yours.
What don't you fucking understand?
Say my name.
Shazam!
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
That's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
Live from Cool Boys Central.
You're the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
Hold your dicks and rub your tits.
You'll be ice cold.
Here come the Cool Boys.
Just a young boy.
So cool.
So cool. So cool.
I see good boys.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Your manservant told me the truth. Gaylord, I love you. Make me one with you.
I can't. You'd hate me. You'd hate me forever.
The Marquis was dead, and again I was doomed to spend eternity alone. I couldn't imagine going on. It was dawn. The light would soon be on us.
The Marquis told me that falling in love would set me free.
And perhaps it will.
No, the sun is rising. When the direct rays of the sun hit me, I will die, but I will have loved you.
Look, the sun's coming out, and you're still here. You see, love does conquer all.
I'm saved.
So what are you gonna do now?
I think I'll work on my tan line.
Greetings, Schoolboy Nation, and welcome to a special installment of the Cool Boys Podcast. Oh, I'm Freddie Freeman Felk.
I'm Billy Batson Ballard.
Are those movie characters from Shazam? Shazam?
I hope so. We just saw the movie.
Yeah, like a week ago. I forgot everything I watched, but I am nightclub patron Noli, and yes, that is accurate. I would be in that nightclub.
Yeah, and also that's the only end character in the entire credits, and that's an uncredited character. I had to find that character on IMDb.
Oh,
that's an actual character?
That's where it came from. Because Ballard, there's a difference between nightclubs, which are dance clubs, in which there are not strippers stripping, and strip clubs, which is what they're referencing in the movie.
They are,
Spoilers.
But in IMDb, it is referred to as nightclub patron, and therefore, it is the only end character in all of Shazam.
Can I guess? Is it an overweight white guy with blonde hair and a blonde goatee?
No, it's not David Sandberg. That's what you're describing. I'm not sure if that's who you're describing.
No, I'm just describing a nightclub patron.
No one doesn't know what David Sandberg looks like.
Who's David Sandberg?
See?
Yep. No, did you see Shazam?
It's David
think
F.
so.
It's David F. Sandberg, by the way.
So cool.
This episode, we'll be discussing the Discufa. So we will forgo our Cool Boy updates and get
DCFU.
right into Shazam. Were you worried after you saw the movie that you would turn if you said Shazam out loud? I didn't turn.
No.
And all the fabulous boners that being Shazam, has given us.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You have super strength. Can you fly?
It's time for
Spoilers.
You okay? Why are you talking?
All right, guys. So we're going to do something different this time, okay? We're not going to go through every single film in the DCFU and just go like our Cool Boys rating and discuss like why we rated it that. We're going to do something different because we pretty much just did that in Justice League, and you want to know what that is, you can go to Justice League Spoilercast and then again in Aquaman. So, guys, we're going to do a love it or hate it, and we're going to go down the list real quick of the DCFU. That's just only the DCFU, formerly known as the DCEU. Maybe known as Worlds of DC, no one knows.
Well,
guys,
Ballard, love and hate are both strong words.
Yeah, I want a middle option. So
and just so we're clear, also a lot of people believe that hate is not the opposite of love.
Yeah, okay. That's
What?
part of Sartre, but okay. Jean-Paul Sartre. Anyways,
See a gay porn actor?
yeah,
Yep.
great one. and I want a middle option, and I would suggest we can say hate it, but add in. Actually, let's add in 3. Let's do hate it, like it, love it, or gotta have it. That's
4. That's 4.
Phil doesn't know how to count, but he knows his gay porn
I
actors.
said 3 new options. Cool Boy Nation, before I say for Cool Boy edification, like there's gonna be a whole like build up to love it or
Wait,
hate
Felk,
it.
you
and
never
reasons.
addressed Cool Boy Nation unless we write it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay.
You just talked to Cool Boy Nation like for the first time, I think.
I know.
That wasn't written.
Hi, Cool Boy Nation. How are you doing?
Tell us, Felk. Tell us what you
All
think
right,
of Cool Boy
can we
Nation.
do this?
All right, Felk. You want a hate it, like it, love it, or gotta own it?
Man of Steel. I'm gonna give that a gotta have it.
Yeah, Man of Steel. Gotta have it.
Hate it.
That's the best. That's the best.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, Noli, what'd you say?
Hate it.
hate it.
Isn't that the worst one you can give? Hate it?
I
Yes.
think there are three different ones you can pick for liking it.
Yeah,
but there's
like
only
it, love
one
it, gotta
for
have it, and there's just one
negative.
for not liking it. So hate it.
Yeah. I wanted to fucking be positive. Cold Stone Creamery taught me that.
All right, well, Noli hates Man of Steel. Moving on. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. I'm going to go with gotta own it.
It's gotta have it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Gotta
with
have it.
Get
like
your gotta's right.
I'm gonna go with like it.
I'm going to go with like it too, because that's the lowest option I can go without hating it.
Yeah.
Wait, you actually liked Batman v Superman a little bit more than Man of Steel?
I like the action scenes with Batman.
Okay, so you've still only seen the theatrical cut, right? You've never seen the extended?
And I own the extended cut, but I won't watch it.
You own it and you won't watch it?
I got it for $3.99.
And you won't watch
and I won't watch it.
Why? Is it just to fuck Zack Snyder over?
I look at the TRT and I'm just like, oh, 3 hours. I can't do this to myself.
Avengers Endgame is like the exact same running time.
Yeah, but that will be exciting and fun.
It's true. Batman v BVS is definitely a more dramatic film. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay. In the extended cut, though, Nolan,
God
you find
damn
out
it.
that Scoot McNairy's character bought groceries before the explosion.
So he didn't plan on dying.
That's a good 2-minute long scene. Things like that.
Yeah.
I need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
Because that tells Lois he wasn't planning on killing himself, so someone else used him as a martyr.
Scoot McNairy.
Or as a terrorist. Scoot McNairy, everyone.
All right,
Scoot.
moving on to Squad.
He was in
Suicide
Iron Man
Squad.
3's short film, All Hail the King.
Suicide Squad.
I own it, but I'm gonna say hate it.
Hate it.
Like it.
Really? You like it? What do you like about it?
I didn't hate it.
I hated it.
It's not good, but I'm going with
He
like
likes
it.
Margot, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked,
Margot's amazing.
I liked Harley Quinn. I liked Will Smith
all right.
in it. I didn't like the movie though, but I'll give it a like it here.
I didn't like the movie, but I'll give it a like it here.
Yeah, if you're asking my cool boys, it's probably a low 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 1 out of 5. Yeah, it's a bad movie.
The first
Margot's
15
in it,
minutes
and
was,
Will
I
Smith's in it.
guess, kind of fun but different. It's a mess. Don't get me wrong, but I'll say it was enjoyable for a little.
You know
bit.
what? I'm going back to hate it because Will Smith doesn't do a Suicide Squad song. That sucked. He should have done a Suicide Squad song.
That was a huge mistake. That was a huge missed opportunity.
Deeper.
Raise your head, Suicide Squad.
Nod
Raise
your
your
head.
head, Suicide Squad.
It's nod your head.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, nod your head.
If you nod your head, the black
Oh my
suit's
god,
coming.
these two guys and their fucking Will Smith songs. You guys take over the podcast with your Will Smith raps.
Wiki wiki wow.
Wiki wow.
Wiki wiki wow. Wiki wow. Wiki wiki wow. Wow 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 West. Jim West. Desperado. Rough Rider. No, I ain't got none of this. Gun in this. Buffalo Soldier. Look good.
I know he knows the
Any
lyrics
gambler
already.
in distress.
Oh, yeah, she'll be out of
that
distress
dress
when
when
she
she
meets
meets
Jim
Jim
West.
West.
Yeah. You're the only two guys I know that know every word of that song.
Once upon a time in the West.
Madman lost his damn mind in the West. Love less.
Oh my god. Never ends.
All right, let's now go on to Wonder Woman. Wonder
Gotta own it.
Love it.
Love it.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, moving on.
Justice League.
By the way, Wonder Woman is incredibly hot from both a Chris Pine perspective and a Gal Gadot perspective. And it's also a superhero film where they fuck. They fuck. Yeah, they fuck off camera.
Yeah, that's very important.
They fuck.
Yeah.
They fuck. They fuck. And it's so hot just imagining what that fuck was.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen Captain Marvel, but I'm going to guess that she doesn't have sex with a man or even flirt with a man throughout the entire movie. Am I right?
Yeah.
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 I think so.
Nah, she kind of, if anything, maybe flirted with Samuel L. Jackson, but not even that.
That's
really.
not flirting.
Yeah.
She might have flirted with Jude Law in the very first scene, maybe.
No, he's like a father figure to her.
Maybe.
No, there was a little banter.
No, it's
I
the
haven't
fight.
seen the movie, and I'm like coming
Looks
up.
like they wake up in their pajamas together a lot.
Yeah, and there's the fight, and it's kind of a sexually tensioned fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she ends up defeating him. She doesn't end up fucking him and falling in love with him like
Dude,
Gal
she
does
comes
with Chris
to
Pine.
know.
No, I think if they were fucking, the emotional impact when like she defeats him would have been more. There's not really anything.
Yeah, well, she's a lesbian. Spoilers. You're gonna find that out soon.
Woo!
This is in the comics, I think. All right, now we go on to Justice League. I will give it a like it. That's a generous like it. I don't really
Hate
like it, but
Hate it. Hate it. Don't even own it. And I actually don't own it. I own Suicide Squad, and I fucking don't own Justice League. Hate it.
should have done boys for
Hate
this.
it. Gotta kill it.
Hate it. Snyderverse. Snyder cut.
Release the cut.
All right, Aquaman. I love it.
Like it.
I love it.
Okay.
Settled.
It's settled.
And now, I guess we can move back to boys.
You don't care.
As our ranking system, that sounds probably confusing to anyone hearing this podcast for the first time. We rank things in boys, not stars, because we're gay.
Boys is much straighter.
Moving back to a Netflix-style 0 to 5 boys scale.
And like always, Cool Boy Nation, no cool boy here knows each other's ratings, so it'll be a nice little surprise every time a rating spilled for us.
No, we haven't even discussed how we feel about the movie until
No one
we do
knows.
this
No one
podcast.
knows.
No one knows.
Let's
No
find
one
out
knows.
about these feels. But guys, before
Really
we even get
annoying,
into our
actually.
boys, I have a quick cool boy confession.
No.
Guys, I have to confess, this
No.
is the first movie I have seen on opening day matinee probably since The Rock.
What?
What?
Since The Rock.
Huh.
And I saw this movie at 12 p.m. on a Friday.
You were the first cool boy to see it.
I was the first
Yeah.
one to see it. I saw it with Cool Boy Nation's very own Justin Is Hard.
Oh.
Oh, you know him. I thought he was just a really hardcore fan.
Justin Is Hard had 2 hot dogs.
Wait. How quickly did he eat his 2 hot dogs?
By the time the trailers were over.
Nice. That man knows how to eat a hot dog.
I know that.
So-
I'm familiar with, I won't say the theater, but I'm familiar with that theater's hot dogs, and they're tiny. They're tiny little things.
So guys, here's my confession. Do you want to know who sees movies at 12 p.m. opening day for a DC blockbuster besides myself
I
and
would
Justin
say
Is Hard?
bad parents.
Bad parents? No.
Homeless
very-
people.
Okay, here we go.
Not at that theater.
I had 4 people sitting next to me.
Ooh.
To my left, about 5 people down, was a very old elderly man.
Nice.
Very old. I'm talking like 80.
Oh, hot. So fucking hot.
Back to my right in the back corner, because then you're sitting, let me preference that this movie theater is almost empty. In the very back right corner are 2 obese women, just munching down popcorn the whole time.
Love it.
Directly in front of me is a single man, probably mid-40s, balding.
Jacked off the whole time.
And then directly in front of me to my left is a father and son having a boy date.
Aw.
Wow. I love boy dates.
5 minutes into this movie, the old man's phone rings. He leaves.
Asshole.
I never see him again. I don't know
Well,
where
he
goes.
might have died.
Yeah.
I don't know where he goes. 5
could
minutes
die.
later,
That phone
about
call was the
15
doctor
minutes-
telling him he's going to die.
Yes, that's what happened. And he left. 15 minutes later, something very scary happens in the movie. The little boy and the father get up and leave. They dump their food out. I never see them again.
Huh.
So now I'm worried. I'm like, oh my God, poor dad. Like,
How
came to
little was
movie,
this
brought his
boy?
son.
How little was this boy that couldn't handle this scary
Too little, I
thing?
think. Probably about 5. And there's some scary stuff in this movie.
I would not let a 5-year-old.
I
see
saw
this
Last
movie.
Crusade when I was 5. I never looked away from the screen.
Yeah.
And I turned out
little
like this.
Yeah, he turned out just like that. Perfect.
Last Crusade doesn't have monsters biting heads off of people and throwing them out
It's
of
got a
boardrooms.
Nazi fucking aging rapidly into a skeleton.
That's about it. That's
Yeah.
literally
So guys,
about it.
so now all that's left is the middle-aged man, Justin Is Hard to my left, and the fat obese women in my back.
Okay.
Now, the guy in front of me, the whole movie, is constantly swiping through Tinder.
Nice.
Yeah, so now that's really all that's in the theater is the two fat ladies, just as hard as myself. And having said all that and watching the movie and probably spending more of the movie wondering what happened to the little boy and feeling bad for it, I still give the movie 3 out of 5 boys.
That's it.
Wow. You were distracted the whole time.
3 out of 5 boys means I liked it.
Okay.
That's yeah. Didn't you give Captain Marvel 3 out of 5 boys or something? No, 2 out of 0.5 boys.
2.5.
2.5 boys. Nice. Felk, what'd you give Shazam?
I'll give it a hard 5 out of 5. I thought this was by far the best thing that DC has made. The best movie to come out from the DC Warner Brothers universe since The Dark Knight. And vastly superior to a lot of beloved Marvel films.
That's not true, Cool Boy Nation.
I loved it. I thought it was nearly a perfect film in terms of execution and script.
So wait, Noli just said that's not true. What's not true exactly? That it's not the best film since The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Do you think he thinks Rises is better? All right, then since Rises, fine.
No. Oh, are we just talking about DC movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Wonder Woman's better. I think Aquaman's better.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think it's better than both of them.
Wow. Okay, so now I am pretty much there with you, Felk, up until the point where you said it's like the best since The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, Noli, Wonder Woman I think might be better than Shazam, but Shazam is 5 out of 5 boys for me too.
Wow, you guys are very generous.
I loved it. I fluctuate, and I have always been fluctuating it with my ratings, but like I really did like it a lot. The only things I just really disliked the most, like things that that were structurally like important to the film that I didn't like at times, were just the superhero parts were not as fun as the big moments. When the movie was big, I was in love. I loved it.
Okay.
And I had to pee really bad by the end.
And you mean big like in like the Tom Hanks film?
Right, the Tom Hanks film.
Oh,
exactly,
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get what you meant there.
Yeah, no, yeah, the Tom Hanks film. Yeah, and when I say big for this whole spoiler cast, I'm talking about the Tom Hanks film Big.
Not their bulges.
Gotcha.
I had to, not their bulges, or their beards or their ball sacks. But I definitely was watching this film. I was 30 minutes away from the ending, maybe even 45 minutes away from the ending, and I just was like, I'm gonna hold this pee. And I held the pee the whole way, all the way through the entire credits to the last end credit scene, which was terrible. We'll get to that later. But I definitely was in love with this film the whole time, and I was shocked Zachary Levi was good.
He was great. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to disagree with you guys.
Now, I have issues with 2 things he does throughout the film, though. He has grimaces and scowls when he's supposed to be looking badass like a superhero, and he just looks pathetic. They look like just TV
I think
acting.
that's supposed to be happening. I don't know. I mean,
those looked bad.
I thought when you wrote that in our little doc here, I thought you were talking about Grimace, the fucking purple
Me too.
butt plug shaped creature from McDonald's. I was like, was there Grimace in this fucking movie?
Yeah, and scowls.
I didn't read the scowls. I just saw the word Grimace. I was like, are we talking about Grimace?
By the way, Cool Way Nation, if you can't see this, but in our doc, everything has an exclamation point because this was Shazam!
Yeah.
Hey guys, don't take my 3 out of 5 boys negatively. That means I like the movie. I don't think I'll own it. I don't know if I'll have to watch it again. I did enjoy my time with the movie though. I thought it was good. 3 out of 5 is a solid fucking score.
Well, it's confusing because Ballard hates a lot of movies. He gives 3 out of 5.
I know. Well, to know that that's an accurate score. 3 out of 5.
No,
it means I
I'm
liked
critical of movies that are 3 out of 5s. I don't hate them. I hate films that are 0 out of 5. And that's hard to get there. 1 out of 5.
I understand what your perspective is.
This
2
movie,
out of 5 is a good score.
5 out of 5 to me means a masterpiece, and this movie was not a masterpiece. I don't.
And
think
I see masterpieces on a daily basis.
Yeah, Ballard does, and I don't think there's anything particularly really
Firewall,
wrong with
5
this
out of
film.
5 stars.
Yeah,
Firewall's only
good.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, what would you gave King Arthur 5 out of 5, and that's a
King
1 out of 5
Arthur,
for me.
Legend of the Sword is 5 out of 5 boys.
God.
Wait,
That's Cool Boy Nation. Now you understand Ballard's rating system.
The Clive Owen one?
It's really good. No, the Clive
Charlie
Owen one
Hunnam.
is 5 out of 5 boys too.
Oh God,
That's directed by Antoine Fuqua.
It is,
I'll give that one 3 out of 5
It was memorable. I liked it.
because Clive Owen was hot,
Yeah.
Clive Owen's always hot.
so hot.
Clive Owen needs to step down. He's been hot too long.
Yeah, what happened to him? He just died.
Are you kidding me? He was in Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets or whatever. It was amazing.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
been
didn't see
on
that one.
Amazon Prime and for forever, and I'm like, I don't like your movies, Luc Besson.
I'm with you, Phil. I just can't bring myself to watch it.
Fifth Element is so fucking overrated.
I like Fifth Element. 4 out of 5 for Fifth Element.
Fifth Element's awesome. 5 out of 5, boys.
It's a masterpiece, Nolan.
Yeah.
Woo! Shazam.
The first thing I think we should talk about, because I mentioned it very early on, is early on in the movie, a character gets fucking evaporates like they would in Infinity War, but instead of like nice pixie dust flying in the air, they scream and melt and like disappear in the air, and it kind of scared me, and I was like, oh shit, this movie is like taking the scares for real.
Yeah, like
and that was when the
Ghostbusters.
movie ended. I looked and saw the director's a horror director.
Yeah.
Not to mention the sins that we'll talk about shortly looked fucking like characters from Ghostbusters. So it was taking its scary element and putting it in a kid's movie, and it felt very scary.
It was an 80s movie.
It felt very scary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It felt like a Ghostbusters movie. It felt like very 80s, and like they were not holding anything back on the scares.
That's a good thing,
for sure.
I think.
Yeah, the sins, all of the sins looked incredible. Like the CGI looked amazing. It looked like they were puppets. Like
I don't
fucking
think
amazing
we've
puppets.
seen that kind of scariness in not even close in a Marvel film, but in any of these like these comic book character films. Like they were legitimately like horrifying, and they ate people and killed people, and they reminded me of the dogs in Ghostbusters.
Noli, I think you and I were talking about Doctor Strange and how they hired Scott Derrickson specifically because he had that horror vibe, because he was a horror genre director. And then like Doctor Strange really had no elements of horror in it. David F. Sandberg was hired for his horror strengths and his storytelling ability. And it clearly shows in this film, because it's fucking like the scary moments are scary, and the few jump scares, like that woman, like you're talking about, touching the fucking door with the 7 sins written on it, and then she fucking melts, screams, and pops out and dissolves into nothing.
That sound she makes, like when she screams, I hate that sound.
I would not show my children. I show my children shit like Thriller. They've seen scary things.
Yeah.
They're watching the entire MCU with me, and they're at Spider-Man Homecoming, and I would not show them Shazam until like 10.
See, I don't think that dad was ready for that part, because that part happened. I saw him like leap forward to cover his kid's eyes, and within 30 seconds they were out.
Yeah, I bet that kid fucking dropped like all the tears in the world. It was just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so another thing, I was like really engaged in this movie for the first 20 minutes. Like everything that was being done, I thought was like masterful on screen. Like it was like, I was like into it. I like wanted to know more about the story. Like everything was like clicking on all cylinders for me.
Yeah, and I even loved it how it like began, honestly, like with fucking Mark Strong's character, like what is it, Thaddeus Savannah, and he's just like in the back seat. His older brother's a piece of shit. His dad's kind of just like trying to get through the night driving late at night on fucking winter roads, and then like this crazy fucking car accident happens, all because the kid goes back to go see the Shazam and then starts freaking out, like almost like he has some kind of like panic attack, and which you could easily see it being a panic attack. And then, like, from their perspective, like the father and the older brother's perspective, and then, like, a violent car crash, like a super fucking violent car crash, and then, like, the dad's thrown out of the fucking car, and then you see him, and I thought he died. I thought the dad was dead. I didn't think he would live until later.
They shot it intentionally to be a twist that he wasn't dead. He was still alive.
What, you guys didn't think that they would kill the actor of fucking Gremlins 2 fame in the first
Glover?
5 minutes?
John Glover, baby.
I knew he was coming back.
I didn't. I thought that was maybe just a throwback to things like Gremlins.
He's an A-list B-movie actor.
Dude, I love John Glover.
He hasn't been in anything in forever.
He's amazing.
He's in Batman Forever, or Batman and Robin.
He was Lionel Luthor in Smallville, wasn't he?
Yes. Well, that was because, yeah. Batman and Robin.
That's like Lex Luthor's dad, right? So boom.
Yeah.
DC world, baby. And that car crash. Oh, okay. Getting to the fact that when you do see him later, if you guys think that is an actual twist, really?
Yeah, kind of, because they leave it open. Like, you don't see his body, so you just kind of, the brother says something like, this is your fault. It's like, you kind of think he's dead, and I thought he was dead, and then you see him in a wheelchair, you see him alive, and then it's like a beat before you see the wheelchair. So it's like, it's a little bit of a, oh, he's alive, oh, he's wheelchair, okay.
And you do see like Mark Strong's Savannah character, and like you realize that he's like he owns this entire like corporation that this like test is being done in the science division or whatever, right? And to find the magic, to find the sins, and all these people that have had these visions, and you do realize, I guess, by looking at that, like you think, oh yeah, it's kind of like Wayne, right? He's just inherited it from his dead dad, right? But I guess that is, but oh my god, to get to the fucking corporation aspect of this boardroom scene. I was fucking floored the whole time when Mark Strong's character like walked in the fucking door through the elevator and just took over the whole boardroom and like just the way the Sins just killed people like mercilessly.
I love
Holy
the
shit.
I love the shot when bodies are just flying up to the glass like in the smoke-filled room and like they're being like sucked back in.
Then they played it for laughs. You're right. And then they played it for fucking laughs. So it's like, wait, this was a really dark scene a second ago. Now this secretary or executive assistant is like actually like fucking like it's a laughing scene. It's like comedic shots and stuff. It's crazy.
Laughing scene.
A laughing scene.
It's a laughing scene. And I just watched a screaming scene.
Yeah.
I thought it was crazy. And
I
then
like
they
that
just
scene
killed
a
the
lot.
dad there.
That was a good scene.
And then they just fucking literally killed the dad. They threw his ass out the window. Right? Did they throw him out the window?
They threw his brother out the window, and I think someone just ate the dad.
That's right. The last one, whatever it was, Greed.
Yeah, it's
get him, Greed.
Yeah.
And it was greedy. I liked how they did the design. Like Gluttony had like a huge fucking belly that opened up into a mouth. I liked how Greed had multiple arms so he could grab as much shit as he could.
They look like a mixture of the dogs from Ghostbusters and a turd.
Kind of. They really reminded me more, I guess, of Ghostbusters 2 villains, like the brothers in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gave him the chair. Yeah. Fuck me, Mark Strong.
Yeah.
Felk, do you really believe that?
What?
Fuck you, Mark Strong?
No, he says fuck me, Mark Strong. This is what you wrote. I like Mark Strong. It is kind of, he kind of petered out. He was big for a while, and then he just kind of stopped doing shit. And it seemed like, I don't know, he seemed like an overly obvious
He never
villain
stopped.
almost.
He's in Kingsman all the time.
Yeah, those
All
are
the
good.
time.
Those are good.
They do a Kingsman all the time.
Yeah, it's always Kingsman.
Always Kingsman. Every day.
Have you seen the last Kingsman, Nolan?
Yeah, it's
pretty bad.
It's a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, it's bad.
I loved it. I don't remember what I gave it. We reviewed it. I think I gave it like 4 out of 5.
It was enjoyable, and to the point I actually think I fell asleep during the finale.
Wow.
And I was just tired. It wasn't because the movie was that bad. I don't think it's good. It's you could watch it.
Oh, Nolan's sleeping. But that's a sight.
It is beautiful. It's probably really handsome sleeping.
He's got his beard all nuzzled against the pillow.
And my bulge.
Ball sacks.
Cool Boy Nation, just picture us, if you will. Noli lying down on a white leather couch sofa, middle of the day. It's about like 1 o'clock.
Too hot.
The sun is beaming on his hot, topless body. His hair ever so glistened because he oiled it with olive oil just a moment ago.
Oh yeah.
Sleeping and napping with a tiny blanket just across his nude body, covering only his crotch.
Just the right amount of chest hair.
You can see that he's freshly shaved. And then the movie is playing Kingsman and the Golden Circle.
And he's so sleepy.
That's how I watched it.
And Noli's too sleepy.
A white leather couch sofa, middle of the day, and I was just tired.
See, I got a huge cough.
How do you know? How do you know that?
Is the white leather couch just Ballard fan fiction, or is there really a white leather couch?
Oh my god!
I can't imagine there is.
Well, do you want me to say yes or no? Whatever your fantasy and heart desires, that's what I have.
Say yes.
Yes.
I don't find white leather couches that attractive. They get dirty.
But if I was laying on it with olive oil in my hair, my top off, my balls out.
Holy fuck.
Black leather couch.
No, too hot, Felk. Too hot. You get too sweaty. It sticks to you. It's not good.
It's not direct sunlight. It doesn't matter whether it's black or white.
I got black leather couch, baby. Black leather chairs.
Looks like Felk has a black leather couch. Felk, I bet you have black leather couches because it's easy to spot the cum and then clean the cum.
Hi, I'm Chaz Dean.
The cum comes off real easy. So does the vag juice.
So does the vag juice.
Does the shit come off easy?
You have all the rim jobs happening on that couch.
Like I said, shit's never really made it on the couch.
I was walking through this city all the time, checking out the sex clubs.
Oh my god.
Guys, we need to get back to Shazam.
Yeah, let's
and
go back.
I thought
Kate.
I was bad. Let's talk about something that I
You were the
think
one who
is
brought us
crazy.
on topic with your fan fiction about
Shut
Nolan
up!
on his
Shut
couch.
up! Shut the fuck up! Seriously, I was watching The Flying in Shazam by Dr. Savannah and by Billy Batson as Shazam and all the Shazam family. We can get to them in a bit. And I thought to myself, really, this is as far as we come? And since 2002, Matrix Reloaded, What the fuck? They can't do CGI flying for some reason. I don't understand why Warner Brothers can't do CGI flying.
Well, this is a $60 million movie. You gotta.
It didn't look horrible.
This is a cheap
I thought
movie.
it looked horrible. It looked like okay, for me, it was very obvious when the CGI models switched over to the fucking actor on like wires.
It was
like,
bad.
It was very obvious.
It was noticeably bad, but I mean, it's a
bad
cheap movie.
CGI. 5 out of 5. Masterpiece.
5 out of 5. Oh yeah, because I don't take CGI as part of story and structure.
Yeah,
and
dude,
like,
I don't.
the
That doesn't
emotional
matter to me.
feelings.
Story structure matters so much more. Like I was a big fan of Buffy, the fucking Vampire Slayer, because that show has great characters and great story structure. It has some of the worst CG that I ever seen, even by like 2000, like 1999 standards. But if you have a good story, a good script, and good characters, you can forgive bad CG, especially if you know they're working within a very confined budget, which this movie is. And I loved it.
Yeah, and that's literally my childhood with Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars before it was updated in like '97, it was clearly like okay, this is like rotoscoped. Like it was like black lines surrounding things, and boxes surrounding TIE fighters.
How dare you?
So I mean, I don't give a shit for bad like effects. It doesn't qualify for my rating.
It just sounded like it took you out of the movie. You're like, oh, this is the worst CGI I ever seen.
It was. It took me out of the movie, but every movie takes me out of the movie because I'm just way too analytical. So I don't detract that from my rating. I mean, seriously, every movie. Jurassic Park took me out. I remember the first time I watched Jurassic Park and I thought to myself, holy shit, they have robots this big? I didn't realize it was CGI models. I was like, they have fucking robots this big to be able to make a movie like this?
I remember when I was a baby boy watching Jurassic Park when a girl said, it's a Unix system, I know this. And I'm going, no fucking way is that happening.
Okay. I guess the Man of Steel and BVS, I would say the flying was okay. The CGI flying was good in those at least. So
great.
They did something right there. Well, fuck me, Mark Strong.
He was a good villain. And I like that the movie started with the villain rather than having the villain come in the third act randomly. That's always a problem. Any movie in which there's no hero, the hero is just the focus for the first 2 acts, and the third act there's a villain who's got to be defeated. That's a big problem.
Yeah. I like they started the movie with him and spent some time with him.
Yeah. Developing him from the beginning
origin.
it makes it work way better.
And Mark Strong was Mark Strong. And you know, if Mark Strong was Mark Strong, then you know what? Fuck me, Mark Strong.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, hold on. Fuck me, because we're going to make a quiz out of that later.
We are?
So this was him coming back even after doing like Green Lantern. I love that he was just like, whatever. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't
Green
care.
Lantern. Yeah, that's probably why I thought.
Oh my God, I forgot he's in that. He's the pink guy.
Sinestro. Yeah.
It's a problem.
That's a 0 out of 5.
That's a bad movie. Yeah, that's like a 0 out of 5, boy.
There's nothing redeeming in that movie. It's awful.
No.
Maybe I can watch it again for Blake Lively.
Oh, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, they meet there and their love is blossoming there. That's beautiful.
Even Ryan Reynolds is bad in that movie.
Yeah, he's not good in that. And one of the
that's
sad things,
that's that CGI ballad that takes me out of the movie because it's so bad.
That's really bad CGI.
So
but that's
bad.
but that's not bad CGI because like they had to do flying and they had to like switch from a CGI model to a real person. That's bad CGI from concept where they're like, let's just do CGI suits. Like that was like a bad call from the get-go.
Idea you could do.
That was a bad call, Ripley. That was a bad call.
Ripley.
Yeah, but except you just said what the CGI suits was a bad call. Hey, ever heard of this movie called Iron Man or Black Panther? Or, like they're all fucking
CGI like leotard suits, like the way they were doing
it. Was the fact that it glowed was the problem.
For me, it was mainly the mask.
Oh, the mask, really? You didn't like the domino mask?
I hated the bad mask.
It is a domino.
I didn't mind the domino mask. I liked it.
Nope, didn't like it.
Domino.
I think he's saying the white and the black. White eyes, black.
No. Don't they call that type of mask a domino mask?
I thought Lone Ranger would be what I call it.
Yeah, domino mask. Yeah.
Okay, you learn something every day, Cool Boy Nation.
Yep, it's called a domino mask. It's an old 30s type of style of mask. Anyways, so get back to the Shazam again. Did you guys, and we talked about Savannah enough, or at least for a little bit at least. So guys, let's get to the main character one more time. The big story. What'd you guys think of like this essentially being like a redoing of Big, but as a superhero film? Like they even threw in the big homage with the piano.
It was the structure of Superman 79 with Big swapped in for the like origin story and with dashes of the Greatest American Heroes concept.
Definitely. Good call. Nice.
Yeah, so
that's pretty accurate.
I missed everything he just said.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That was really impressed Ballard, I guess. So,
I like to know. Greatest American Hero is absolutely dead on. It's for sure big, and it is Superman 79. Maybe that's why I really liked it. It's for me, it's when it started becoming like a Shazam family movie, and like that the third act, even though they changed it up, like the third act wasn't exactly the same as every third act. I mean, it could have gone that way.
Yeah.
But the fact that they had him like they had to trick all the sins out of them. He had to, use family, and then at the same time, like envy was the last sin. He had to get envy out of there, and then he saved even Dr. Savannah and all that shit. Like it wasn't a typical superhero third act. But at the same time, it's when it was at those moments when it became like a superhero film, like genre film, and really steered its way more from a comedy. That I kind of really wanted more of the big. Like I really liked Billy and Freddy's relationship, and like the way they kind of played off each other, and just the discovery of the powers and all that shit, and walking around malls and like all that, and like shooting fucking like electricity at people's phones. Like I thought that shit was awesome.
Yeah.
It was super kinetic, and I thought the energy, I was just feeling it, and you could tell that everyone was having a lot of fun making that movie. And even when he saved the bus, it was because it was such a stupid idea. Like he caused the whole problem by being an idiot.
That was great. That was great. No, the fact that he calls it was perfect story structure. Because he didn't mean to cause it, obviously, but then he has to do heroic things and actually.
Yeah, and he's a kid, so he uses a mattress.
Yeah,
top a bus.
That was one of the few times when I was like, even a 14-year-old wouldn't be that dumb. But for the most part, they avoided that crap. The other people have pointed this out, but like there is often a thing where if you have somebody, an adult, play like a kid who becomes an adult in a movie. This is like Tom Hanks, obviously, is the famous one everyone's remembering. But there's also Jennifer Garner did this in a movie called 13 for 30, or 13 Going on 30.
Didn't see it.
Going on, yeah.
Going on 30. It's fine. It's just a remake of Big with a girl.
They do Thriller dances.
They do the Thriller dance. That is a thing. And there's other. Of course, Robin Williams plays a 10-year-old when who's got the body of a 40-year-old in the movie Jack, and that's the most egregious example of what I'm talking about, where he acts like he's fucking 3 years old. He's like holding his shirt up for no fucking reason, and like
keep going, go higher, Phil, go higher. Oh, yeah. Nipples are out,
and then making weird noises and stupid like shit toddlers do. But he's
Jack's
supposed to be a
terrible,
10-year-old.
though.
What?
But Jack's like flat out terrible across the board.
It's a terrible movie. It's one of the worst movies ever made.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, no.
So Phil, jumping on you.
They don't do that much in this movie. Yeah, I'm saying he actually acts like he's a 14-year-old boy.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, here's my criticism. Zachary Levi acting like a 14-year-old was acting nothing like the other character who was all mopey and like upset all the time. And all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe that he's like this like fun, like fucking like dude. So the first scene he robs a car and I was like, okay, that's a personality of a guy I can get behind. He robs a police car, he's having fun. But then he turns like to this depressed mopey kid for like 30 minutes. And then whenever he's Shazam, he's like this guy who's pulling pranks and having a good time. Their personalities did not match at all. And that was like throwing me off.
I thought it worked. I thought it was fine. I think the personality came through enough that like
I don't think so.
He was mopey about the mopey things and sad about the sad things.
It was like fucking like Zachary Levi was acting in a completely different movie.
See, I read it as more of that like he was hiding behind the mask of being in this older body, and there he had the confidence all of a sudden to do the things that he didn't really have confidence to do as a kid, and he felt constricted living in a.
It's like being on cocaine. Being Shazam, probably.
Okay, I can see you get excited when you become Shazam, but like Zachary Levi was acting like a silly person when the other kid's not silly. He was a very serious.
No, there were a few
like,
times I felt like he. Well, I definitely see your point because I definitely know what you're talking about because it runs rampant.
No, he's acting silly when he's with
Jack was
Jaimin
retarded.
Hansu.
When Zachary Levi became Shazam, he got retarded.
Billy,
You know what? So what's interesting is that like
I think it was too much.
That's probably because I don't like Zachary Levi much as an actor. I find him kind of annoying. Normally, it's why I was surprised I actually liked him in this film.
I'm unfamiliar with him. I haven't seen Chuck.
To speak your, other than Chuck.
Have you seen Chuck? I haven't seen Chuck.
I've seen parts of Chuck. I've seen Tangled, and I've seen the last two.
I just want to say I didn't hate his performance. It was throwing me off that like it was a completely new character.
His performance in the last Thor film is so great. He's hilarious when he gets stabbed after.
He almost says for Asgard, but he said he apparently they shot for Asgard, and then they cut that out still in the film. So
he stands up and gets stabbed.
Yeah, he just dies. But speaking back to my point is I would say is that Tom Hanks, and this isn't for Big actually, for Forrest Gump, he actually to find the character of Forrest, he let the little boy find the character first, and then he modeled his entire performance off of that child that played young Forrest. What Zachary Levi definitely did not do, and definitely what I realize what you're saying, Nolan, and I do agree with, I think, to some extent, is that the actor who played Billy Batson played it Billy Batson his way, and Zachary Levi, I think you're right. I think he was kind of in a different role at times, but I do understand it as being like hyped up on his superhero powers, and maybe that like changed his confidence in his character. When they cut
back to him like shrinking back down to his other character, he should have still been excited, being like, "Oh my god, can you believe what I just did?" They didn't have like that scene.
Yeah, they really didn't. I would say the closest thing they did have is when he like was on the rooftop and he realized he had to go save his friends or whatever, his family, and he like jumped off the roof.
I love that
as the
shot.
boy, and then became yelled Shazam and then flew off.
Yeah,
like that was pretty close to the two of them meshing, though. I thought. And the kid coming off as a superhero.
I didn't have this problem. I thought his character is excited sometimes, upset sometimes, mopey sometimes, and both the Zach Levi version and the kid version.
No.
It seemed like the same character to me. It seemed like the same character.
I had the same response watching it, but I definitely see Nolan's point now.
I actually specifically was like, they're doing things that 14-year-olds would do, and it never felt wrong to me. And my point was that other movies, what they do often, feels inaccurate to the age that the adult should technically be embodying.
My favorite scene was one of the first scenes where they, like you said, acting like a 14-year-old. They go and they try to get beer. They never had it. It's like disgusting to them, and they tell the robbers to shoot him in the face. And so that was hilarious. That was a great scene.
That was good. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I loved when they're doing all their like their superpower tests outside like Ace Chemicals. Like that was pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't notice. Okay, well that's. Yeah, we at some point, it's not on the list, I don't think, but I did have a problem. I mean, this I like the way it used shared universes. I like the fact that we didn't have to deal with all the crap that like, oh my god, superheroes are real. This is the first superhero. The problem that like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies and the fucking Ben Affleck Daredevil movies and like all the movies from before the MCU where you had to have this weird thing where like this is the first time there's ever been a superhero in the real world before, and this movie just uses the shared universe to sidestep that. There's a Superman out there, we never see him until the end, and like so it's not like, oh my god, how is this possible? It's, oh my god, how is this happening to you or to me? From Billy's perspective, and that was huge, but unfortunately, it's a shared universe where Batman is out there branding sex slave traffickers so that they get murdered in prison. It's like
and Superman is breaking necks and shit.
And Superman is best known for snapping necks at Grand Central or Union Station or Grand Central Station,
and literally killing terrorists out in Africa.
Yes, many people think he murdered an entire African town.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. All the women and children. Everyone. Yeah.
And,
everyone.
Everywhere.
He shows up in court to protesters, and then the courtroom blows up, and then everybody's like, maybe we're blaming him for that too. It's never really resolved in that movie.
Well, no, because then he dies. Spoiler alert for that film.
Yeah, but then he comes back, and everybody's cool with him.
Well, we don't know. Well, apparently he's cool enough to go into a school.
Yeah. Like, would you let a fucking man under investigation for the murder of 30 African people into a school to do a meet and greet for lunch?
Do we know the timeline of Shazam? Is it like 30 years after that? We don't know.
I don't know, but like they have a Time magazine, so there's still like magazines in this world. Where
it's modern day, just the same as Batman v Superman was modern day.
I love the Time magazine, by the way, that had the world engine just floating over Metropolis, and it said like an act of war or something like that.
I noticed that. Yeah, like
that was awesome.
They made it specifically like this is the DCEU.
Wait, but whose Batarang was that?
What? It was the same Batarang from BVS and Justice League.
It's Batflex.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right, because that's his bat. Yeah. That's his bat.
The wings slant down, not
curved up
not
like
90 degrees. And
or
or
pointed straight out. Yeah.
But like there's that part in the great, big reference happens in that toy store during the action sequence. I think that was really fun. But like there's toy Batmans, and obviously in this world these are toys of a real person that some people don't even think exists, and some people do think exists in Gotham. And he's been branding people lately.
Oh my God, the toys are great when they were like, he's fighting Dr. Savannah and that little boy's doing BVS like in the windows and he has Superman and Batman smash into each other.
That was a clear diss at BVS.
Oh, for sure. Well, they also did like shots straight out of Man of Steel where they had Dr. Savannah, you're following him as he punched Shazam, which is exactly like whatever it was, Superman or Zod being followed by camera punching the other one.
Yes, but...
and then make fun of them when they would fly and like talk to each other from like a mile away.
That was awesome. Yeah, he was monologuing.
There's only one shot that's like the Man of Steel where he's coming at him and it's exactly like Man of Steel. But rather than that continuing, it just hard cuts down to street level and Shazam gets pounded into the ground. And that's the end of that sequence. So
there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of disses at Man of Steel and BVS in this movie.
There's a lot of that style editing though. A lot of comedy edits like that where you get like more perspective of like what does the reality look like from street perspective.
It's like Tom Cruise running away in Fallout.
Yeah. In Mission Impossible. I love how they also do it when he jumps up. This is in the trailers, but when he's like, can you jump a building in a single bound? And he tries, and he just goes into a building, breaks through glass, and glass just falls onto like the people below.
You hear a scream.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
Great scene. We should get into the Shazam family.
Okay. This was the big moment. This is where the movie became a masterpiece to me.
Really?
Yeah.
This is when the movie like became something I wasn't expecting, and I was like, I wasn't at first like knowing if I was down with that. I was like, wait, what the fuck is happening? Should I know who these people are? I have no idea who these people are. Is this fun? I don't know. Okay, I'll keep going with it.
I memorized them pretty well. There was the fat Mexican kid who was probably gay. Turns out. There was the Asian
so
nerdy
you agree
kid.
With me.
There
Pedro's gay, right?
What? Yeah, he was gay.
He's the only kid that says like when they crash into the
strip club,
the strip club. They teleport.
He's just like, that wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Guys,
for me.
Cool Boy, honest moment though. Anybody here care about or has followed Shazam or read Shazam comics or saw Shazam short films?
No one here knows anything about Shazam, but I'm sure you do, Ballard. So enlighten us.
I don't. No, I don't. I don't know anything about Shazam.
I just remember that the opening. I just know him from the Injustice game cutscenes, and I don't even remember Shazam being in the DCAU at all.
So he is in the AU, the Timverse, if that's what you're referring to. And he is in a couple of the Justice League animated films. And he was in a short film called like Superman Shazam, The Return of Black Adam. I've seen him in those, and that's about it.
Yeah,
that's
he looks very gay. It's a costume from like the 30s or 40s. Like it doesn't work in like today's comics.
But they made it work though.
They made fun of it a lot, which is good.
It's bright red. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's a horrible costume. It works for the movie though. It works really well for the movie.
It worked. It's fun.
It's a fun.
I thought in general though, the Shazam family looked amazing. I did not expect it. It's part of like I didn't really like that part of the film so much, but I did like that family. I can't wait to see what they do with that in other films. Because it changes the entire dynamic of the movie immediately.
It did. It was almost too much for me to like take on. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
It is a lot.
I think they're going to imply in the second film that maybe that was kind of a temporary thing, that they don't have the powers forever the way Billy does.
No, there's no way you hire Adam Brody and fucking DJ Cotrano, who are, by the way, going to be in George Miller's Justice League as Adam Brody was going to be the Flash. DJ Cotrano was going to be, I have no idea.
I know.
Let's go through the list. Go through the list right now. What happened?
Okay, so you have Freddy. That's Adam Brody. That was whatever the kid from It, and now he's Adam Brody when he's the big boy. And that was Adam Brody was going to be the Flash in Justice League, George Miller's. Pedro was going to be gay guy, I guess. He was going to be played by, he was played by DJ Cotrano as older Pedro, Super Pedro. He was going to be Superman Justice League. There's Mary, who is almost 18 in the movie. They established that, right? She's going to college.
Yeah.
But her Shazam version is 40. So it's kind of, that one didn't really make sense. So like in like 2-3 years, why wouldn't you just not have her play herself? She could have just been herself almost.
That's what I didn't get. Is Shazam what Billy will look like when he's older, or is it just a completely new person? Because if we're going by Mary, that's a completely new person.
I took it as that's what he was going to look like when he's older.
No,
that's what I thought too at first.
Not as ripped, just like he looked like Chuck. Can't remember his name now, but he won't be as like exactly.
So Mary doesn't work in this. It didn't work for me. I was like, is that the same girl at first? And I was like, no, she got older, and if I have to admit, uglier.
Yeah, well, yeah, Michelle Borth is definitely not as hot as whatever her name was.
Felk was snickering. Do you agree with me?
I didn't even honestly notice that much. She gets the least amount of attention, honestly, in the scenes. Adam Brody gets all these little one-liners, and he's trying to deliver it like the kid from It.
See, Adam Brody now acted just like the kid he was playing, so he did a good job.
Yeah, he did.
I did not like Adam Brody.
Ballard did not like Adam Brody. 5 out of 5.
Adam Brody's awesome. I did not care for him too much in this movie, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't like hating him or anything, but like I was just like, whatever.
Let's get to something you care about.
Right
Darla,
where
who's
we started
upscale to
from.
Megan.
Darla,
California.
when she Shazams up and becomes
SC
Super
song.
Darla, fuck me. Oh my God, Megan Good.
I recognize Megan Good is probably my second or third on my list of black women I'd like to have sex with. I've been a fan of her for a long time. I didn't realize she was 37, but yeah, she's not cracking.
I didn't realize that was her at first. I've loved her ever since Californication.
Oh my gosh, she is amazing,
Yeah.
and she was a Hooters girl.
Yeah, no, she's been hot for a long time.
She is very attractive.
I know. She has good biceps.
Yeah, she looked naturally ripped.
Yeah, she was in good shape.
She was the only one like showing off her arms, like her real muscular arms. Everyone else had these muscle suits on. And that's why Eugene was so weird to me, because his suit was the worst looking suit. It was like this skinny, tall Asian guy now who had like this like fucking huge suit on. I was like, what is Eugene doing?
Yeah, they didn't get a
guess.
notable actor for that one too.
I liked the suits. I liked how they all had slightly different suits.
Guys, why wasn't that like what's his fucking John Cho? John Cho. Yeah, why wasn't that him? Because if they do another movie, like they're gonna need someone better than whoever the fuck that guy was.
Yeah, they need John Cho.
Or the
John
guy
Cho
from
would've been
Walking
great.
Dead, whose name I don't remember.
Not everybody can get John Cho. That's the thing. John
I can
Cho
get
just
John
sits
Cho.
on his fucking empire of being the best fucking hottest Asian man that's like 80 years old and working in Hollywood.
MILF.
By the way, how old is John Cho?
52.
How old is John Cho?
I think he's 52, right?
He's old.
I think you're right. It's like 56 or something like that. It's old.
I know.
Look it up,
I know when they
I don't
redid
care.
Star Trek, everyone was like in their 30s, and John Cho was like 47.
Hang on. Let's ask Siri. Let's ask Siri. How old is John Cho?
John Cho is 46.
46.
Dude, right about there.
We were pretty
He's
racist
hot
there.
as fuck.
We were racist.
You said 56.
I said 52.
Well, I don't
6 years
know.
off.
It's not racist either way. I don't.
I said 56, and it's not racist. Yeah, it's not
I was just
racist.
fucking with you. It's not actually racist.
He's fucking with us.
I was
No,
gonna
I
get
think
that.
it's the opposite of racism, because Asians look great when they get older.
Until a certain age, and then it just all hits them at once.
At
Now,
80,
guys-
yeah, they go like fucking Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Just
Yeah.
Guys, it's time. Guys, it's time.
Bringing it back.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Guys,
Fuck me.
guys,
Fuck me.
guys,
Fuck me.
guys,
Fuck me.
guys.
Fuck me.
All right, guys, it's time. We are gonna do a new game. We're gonna do this in every spoiler cast, and it's gonna pop in and out. We're not sure when it's gonna happen, but guys, it is now time for who is your fuck me from this movie. Now you can pick only one person in this whole movie to fuck. Who's the person that you pick to fuck me?
It's kind of obvious in this one.
I'm gonna go with Megan Good.
I'm going with Megan Good.
Megan Good.
Yeah, woo! That was our first annual fucking. Who is your favorite fuck me in this movie?
She'll always be number one.
I had something to say about the moment when they all transformed, and I want to get to say it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's at that point. I was expecting, before the third act, before the big final confrontation, I was actually like dreading the big final confrontation because I enjoyed all the big comedy reference stuff and all the greatest American heroes, superhero shenanigans.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah,
dreading
yeah.
when the hero and the villain had to fight. So the fact that they didn't do that and threw in an actual surprise where they made the entire movie about family. And about the real family. We didn't even mention the heartbreaking scene where Billy finds out that his mom actually just didn't give a shit and was just white trash and didn't want him.
Felk, we're not done.
I thought we were done.
We're not done. No, we're not even in final snippets.
So guys,
I
I
thought
saw.
me was like the
No.
Oh, we bounce in and out of shit all the time.
And Felk, with the mom scene, I saw that scene coming, and like I was expecting like an emotional impact there, but like I was just like, really, like you're just like a piece of shit, and like
that's even
and,
darker
like, you
because
suck,
it's
and
real.
you're still not even like upset that you abandoned him, and like there's some guy in the background, and like, Darla, what the fuck are you doing, Darla?
Yeah,
whatever her
it's
fucking
pretty sad.
name was.
Darla.
Yeah, it was Darla.
But that scene like was just like, oh, that could have been like so much more impactful. Like it was just kind of like,
I was
really? That was impactful as fuck to me.
Nah, I didn't think they sold it. They didn't sell me.
Really? Oh my god! I was like, holy shit! His mother is a piece of shit. Like I thought at first it was gonna be like one of those classic things where it's like you open up the door, she's super white trash, and then like it's like the husband does the thing, and then she's like, I still love you, Billy. Meet me at this park at this time, and then like
could have done that.
It's the end of the movie. He meets her at the bench, but this movie just solidified. It was like, no, she's a piece of shit. And leave her alone, Billy.
Well, maybe it's because they didn't set her up to be a piece of shit in the beginning. In the beginning, I thought she was like a doubting mom, and all of a sudden,
it was like Star-Lord's mom, and then it was like,
no, Star-Lord's mom's dying of cancer.
Yeah,
it's way different.
This one was like just trying to pop balloons with him, and
for all we knew, she died of cancer or got hit in a car accident or something after that. I thought that.
Yeah,
was
we didn't know. We didn't know.
There was no clue in the beginning. She was just like a piece of shit. It looked like a mom trying
She's
to give
a
her
piece
best.
of shit.
And then all of a sudden, she's just like this mom that just left him abandoned. I was like,
I thought he was just going to find out she was dead, or there was going to be some other reason why she hadn't been able to contact him, and they'd have a happy ending. I did not expect.
Or you get the next movie. No, or felt that on that,
right
or
decision.
you get it the next film, and then you're able to like the next film, like you find out maybe she has powers too, and that's why Billy was always destined or some shit. But yeah, I did not expect it to be a flat out. Nah, she's a piece of shit.
Yeah, that was a good choice.
That was great.
And it was sad as fuck watching that little boy cry when he's waiting for his mommy. The first time when you see him cry, like when you don't know that she's a piece of shit, I was like absolutely sad thinking about my own son. And I was just kind of like, oh, that's sad. That's like really fucking sad. And then later you see her watching him cry, and I'm like, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it fucking pissed me off.
By the way, one little quick thing. She says in the flashback, she referring to herself in the flashback when this happened, she said she was 17. How old is that kid?
I think it was supposed to be like she was like, yeah, how old is that kid?
So
like
she had the kid when she was 14?
Yeah,
3 or 4.
That's what they're implying.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, no. Well,
so she had that kid at 14, which happens.
Oh, yeah.
That's life.
Happens.
That's life when you ban
It's
abortion.
called Florida.
That's life in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Apparently. But like I do think that I thought the parents was a really interesting perspective, because these foster parents they were goody two-shoe foster parents, right? They were like 100% amazing, but at the same time they felt believable. The actor, the dad, is from Walking Dead, and honestly, I dropped out of watching that show years ago, like 3 years ago now. So I don't know if he's alive or dead on the show.
I actually knew him from *Halt and Catch Fire*.
I did not know him from that, but I did not really care for him in Walking Dead.
I knew him from Shazam.
I know him from Shazam now.
He's good. I thought he was fine.
I liked him. Yeah, and I liked the mom too. She's hot.
This movie was really pro foster parenting, and I like that. That's a good message.
It is a good message.
It's a great
at least
message.
with good parents, good foster parents.
Yeah.
I liked how this movie was a Christmas film in the end. It's just a fucking legit Christmas movie. This is a movie you can put on Christmas every fucking year.
That's what I think.
It's about family. It's about love, and the end result. If you said there was a theme about this movie, the most important theme about this film is family.
I think this movie would have done even better if it came out around Thanksgiving, I think, or Christmas. And, it was a positive message about foster parenting, totally unlike, when you just get 6 black kids, throw them in a car, drug them, and drive them off a cliff. This was a nice story.
This was a nice story.
I like when
this will come out. This will come out for rental and digital around Christmas.
I like when movies come out in summer and then become Christmas movies because they're set at Christmas. That's what Die Hard did. That's what Iron Man Returns did. That's what Lethal Weapon did.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3 is not really a Christmas film, but sure.
It's Marvel's Christmas film.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's New Year's.
It's the closest thing Marvel. It's not New Year's. It's the closest thing to Marvel's Christmas film.
Yeah, but the opening takes place on New Year's, and then the finale takes place on New Year's.
No, it doesn't. The opening takes place before Christmas, and the end scene is like literally Christmas night. It's like when he's blowing all those suits up. It's like Christmas Eve.
Yeah, no, it's like New Year's. The opening of the movie is when he like snubs Guy Pearce to fuck Rebecca Hall, and Guy Pearce is on the roof later. We see this watching the fireworks for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but it doesn't say like 20 years later or anything. It just says
talking about
present
Iron
day.
Man or Shazam? I'm confused.
Man
I was like, Guy Pearce
Shazam
is not
is
in
Christmas.
Shazam.
Shazam is a Christmas movie.
So this is a Christmas movie. Was anyone like trying to figure out what the fuck they were doing to Santa Claus in this movie?
Yeah, I didn't understand why Santa Claus was such a joke and such a weird character.
In every scene, they were either trying to kill him or he was acting hysterically.
Yeah, what was that?
I didn't understand what they were going for with Santa Claus in this movie.
Hey, you guys are the ones who love Jingle All the Way, and Santa does like weird shit in that one too.
Oh, don't you throw Jingle All the Way at us. That has Arnold. You clearly know why we love it.
Santa runs like a fucking crime ring in that movie, doesn't he?
Okay, here's my thing. I spent most of this movie watching Santa thinking, is that Ted Levine? Or is that not Ted Levine?
That was not
Ted Levine. And if it was Ted Levine, I would have loved what they did with Santa. But because it was some random fucking actor just doing random shit and cussing at a fucking news reporter, I didn't really care. I was like,
I didn't understand what they were doing there at all.
Why is he cussing? Why is he cussing on the news?
Well, that was supposed to be a big comedic moment. I was like, I don't get what they're doing with Santa in this movie.
Yeah, well, I don't
He's a piece
get
of
it
shit.
either.
Santa's just the local town, Philadelphia Santa's an asshole.
Mall Santa.
Yeah, the
Love
Philly
you, Santa.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Santa's a dick. How come you don't give presents to fucking Jewish children, Santa? Why are you anti-Semitic?
I get presents.
Not from Santa.
Well, I do get presents from Santa and my Jewish Santas.
No, you're
Jewish Santas,
you're
plural?
you're faking the system there.
Or winning.
No.
I think Jewish
Winning.
Santas sound nice.
That's Krampus.
Guys?
That's Krampus, and you don't want to visit from him.
I love Krampus. Oh, man. I love Krampus every year. Guys.
He's bad.
Are we done talking about the movie? Can we move into final tidbits? Or does anybody have anything else that they want to say?
No, we can move into final tidbits.
I want to say that the moment where they all, they set up with the whole thing where Billy has to find out his mom's white trash, and then he says, I have to get back to my real family. And the whole time he was trying to escape foster families because he thought she was his real family. And that's the moment when he realizes that his real family is his foster family. And then, the idea that they pay off the
foster family's trying to kill you.
They pay off the all hands on deck thing with the fucking staff and giving them all powers. And I felt
who
real.
did not see that coming?
I didn't think they were all going to get powers at all. And
I didn't think that. I did not see
No,
that.
the all hands on deck.
When they the big reveal, I was like, that actually, I felt the superhero chills. I think my left eye even teared up just a little bit. And I think the last time I felt that superhero chill down my spine, oh my God,
Infinity
oh wow,
War.
is would be in Spider-Man 2 when Spidey gets carried back on the train and they take off his mask and the one guy's like, oh my God, he's just a kid.
Really?
Even though Tobey Maguire was like 35 years old when they filmed that movie. Just that realization that yes, these are actual kids, a foster family, and they're all using superpowers to fight I don't know, sins.
Yeah.
I like when they touch the pole and they say my name. Billy's like, say my name, and they're all like, Billy Batson or whatever.
They say Billy because they don't know anything.
Yeah, there was
he's like, no, Shazam.
Now, guys, riddle me this. What if when they all went to the Shazam family, Shazamily, is that what we're calling them?
Shazamily, yeah.
What if they were characters like fucking Tom Cruise and Jim Carrey? What if we got
obviously if the movie had the
that?
budget, I think they would have gotten bigger stars than Adam Brody, but that's what they could afford.
I think there was some throwback though to also George Miller's Justice League with two of them at least.
Yeah,
DJ and Adam.
Yeah,
DJ Cortana. I was like,
who is he?
I was like, who are you? You look like a gay porn actor because we've watched so much gay porn recently.
Why were you going to be Superman? I don't understand who this guy DJ is.
He looks Mexican. How could he be Superman?
What is he in? What's he in?
He's in G.I. Joe apparently.
He was in G.I. He's been in things.
Oh, that's right. He was in the G.I. Joe The Rock version.
DJ.
Yeah, he does not look like Superman to me. When I saw him, I was like, that's a gay porn actor.
No, yeah, and Armie Hammer doesn't look like Bruce Wayne to me either, and I don't know why they're going to continue to try to push that possibly. I really hope Armie Hammer is not Batman. He might be amazing if he is, but it's just like one of those things. It's just like, I'm like, I don't know. Armie Hammer doesn't read as Batman to me.
He doesn't have that good of a fucking resume.
He reads as a gay porn actor.
I love Armie Hammer though, man. Call Me By Your Name was awesome.
Really?
Yeah. I loved it.
Okay,
Love my
That's the movie where a 30-year-old man rapes a 15-year-old boy.
See, Phil, I'm with you on this one. I have no interest in that.
That's the plot. It's a 30-year-old man fucking a 15-year-old. It's like, hey, we have laws against this.
The movie's about love.
Those are the ages. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about the ages? Maybe
I don't remember ages in the movie.
Well, this age is just nothing but a number. Yet we're shunning Kevin Spacey for doing the exact same thing that is sold in Call Me By Your Name.
I never shunned Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, how can we shun Kevin Spacey but then praise a movie and nominate for Best Picture when it's about the same fucking thing?
I don't know. Might want to look back in 2003 when they gave the fucking best director a standing ovation, best director winner a standing ovation,
Pianist.
and everybody was like, "Yeah, Roman,
yeah.
Why isn't he here?"
For The Pianist, which is like a good movie.
Pianist
is
a fucking great movie. I think
I thought Pianist was a good movie.
It's up there with
I thought it was a good movie,
Schindler's
but it's not
List,
one of Roman Polanski's best. I mean, Chinatown's fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'll give you a Chinatown right up your ass.
Chinatown's amazing. I fucking honestly think for Chinatown that Roman and Jack Nicholson were bestest of friends. They were. I think Roman said, Jack, let me slice your fucking nose in real life and we'll have a doctor fix it. Because, dude, if you see the scene in Chinatown, you think they fucking actually cut Jack Nicholson's nose. I don't know how they did it. I don't fucking know how they did it.
Chinatown Spoilercast.
They had a special connection.
They had a weird special connection. Well, you know he raped that girl in Jack Nicholson.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
Yeah.
What's happening? Allegedly.
No, he's admitted to it.
Confirmed.
It's why he's in France.
Under oath, he admitted to it.
It's why he's in France, yeah.
Yeah.
And in France, you can pull down girls' underpants.
That was my favorite thing during the 2017 Me Too movement was
allegedly
a headline that when the Academy kicked out Roman Polanski. It's like the Academy moves to revoked Roman Polanski's move, and this was in 2017. I'm like, oh wow, Academy, what did you fucking find out about him? Some new thing you didn't know when you gave him Best Director and a standing ovation? No, it's like. Yeah. They finally had to admit that, like, okay, maybe we shouldn't have fucking let this guy keep being a big director.
Yeah.
Final tidbits.
You think that was Henry Cavill's torso?
I know it wasn't.
Skinny. Too skinny.
It was not. It was not. It was a slightly different suit, by the way, too. Did you notice that it was kind of modified? A lot more red in it this time.
A lot more color.
They added red to his belt area.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, no Cavill, no fuck.
Yeah, that's the one. They shouldn't have done that because they
tried.
Yeah, they couldn't get Cavill. If they gotten Cavill, it would have been fine. But without that, and the fact that then it hard cuts to a Ramones song that it wasn't Blitzkrieg Bop, but that's what I remember it as being because that's exactly how Spider-Man Homecoming ends.
Yeah.
It was just like, don't use a Ramones movie here.
No, they shouldn't have. That was a bad choice.
That was a bad choice of in song.
Milk was a bad choice, and I think for sure that the Superman, they wanted Henry. I remember Instagram posts by Henry's manager that were like essentially like trying to get Henry locked into a big day-to-day kind of thing, and then like it didn't pay off. And when I've like looked at things through interviews from producers for Shazam, they tried. They did try to get Henry. It didn't work out because of scheduling, is what they always say. And what that means is that Henry's like, I don't want to sign contracts for bullshit Superman character that I don't have any control over, apparently. I think that's the big deal, was that he wanted more creative control over Superman, and he wanted control over, this is all rumor, control over the director hiring. And he didn't get that. Warner Brothers wouldn't give that to him. And so he pretty much said, fuck you, and he essentially is walking away from the role. Who knows what changes?
If they go without him, it's a huge mistake.
It's implied that it's Henry Cavill, Superman.
Yeah, he was standing like Henry, proud, pecs out.
Yeah,
dick out.
They said it worked in their benefit because it's a better reaction to cut off of Freddy's, excited face to the edit, to the shot of the directed by or whatever. That's how they're playing it right now in the interview. But it's obviously just didn't get Henry Cavill that day.
Yeah,
because they had script. They had a full-on script. They wrote that Superman was going to say something to Henry, and then Henry was going to respond, or Freddy, and Freddy was going to respond back.
I think it's better that Superman didn't have to say anything.
Yeah, they just walked in headless and just cut off from there. Yeah, and honestly, you can see comic panels like that. Yeah. Like I can easily see a comic panel just a headless Superman, and that's the last panel of the comic. Did you guys like that the Black Adam origin magical hologram?
No, I didn't even notice.
No idea about this.
That was Black Adam. That was for sure them referencing Black Adam.
When
Shazam was showing the actual like the original champion that they had for Magic that they had, and that was Black Adam, and he turned bad and he fucked over and he killed the Seven.
Oh, was it The Rock or was
that's the I
do know that The Rock's been locked into
like
playing Black Adam now for like a decade.
Yeah.
And that movie was supposed to come out like a long time
ago. He produced this movie. He was
I saw
a producer.
that. Yeah, he was like the second
Dwayne
name
Johnson.
on like the credits. It was like produced by Dwayne Johnson. I was like, what the fuck?
So he has stated, and this is all bullshit, but he has stated that what he thought was best was, first what we do is we do it. This is his original thinking. First what we do is have a Black Adam movie and make him an anti-hero. Then DC went, fuck you. You can have Black Adam, but let's do this instead. Let's have Shazam come out. And then he said, okay, cool. So first, and this is now The Rock talking, right? Okay, we're going to have Shazam come out first now. Oh, yeah, good job, Rock. Yeah, it's your idea. It was always your idea. And so they make Shazam come out. It teases his character to not have his own film now, which is what the original concept was, but to be the sequel. And Shazam 2, I guess.
I don't think The Rock can play a villain though.
Well, he's tried in the Doom. I mean, he did it.
Is he the villain in Doom?
Yeah, have you not seen Doom?
I have not seen Doom.
Yeah, why would
Doom's
I watch
amazing!
that piece of shit? No.
By the way, Noli, why do you so love The Rock?
Yeah, I see it's written here that Noli loves The Rock. Do I?
Well, episode 0, you actually talk about, or episode 1, the first, or the Lost podcast, you talk about you love The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then later in our journey together, you've hated The Rock recently. So actually, I guess, do you love it or hate it?
Do I love The Rock? I like The Rock. I don't dislike The Rock. Do I love him? I gotta have him. Yeah, I can't go lower than hate it.
I gotta own it.
Like it. I can only start at like it. Love it. Actually, if we did our ranking of Shazam or the DCU, I would put The Rock. I love The Rock. I guess I do love The Rock. You say
you
I love The Rock.
I love The Rock. Yay! And then other Easter eggs, we had the multiverse doors. Did you guys like the multiverse doors with the Crocodile Men?
Was I supposed to understand what was happening there?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on in that scene.
Yeah, why is there crocodile people?
I don't know. I guess that's a Shazam thing. I was watching this movie going, I guess that's a Shazam thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's a Shazam thing.
I was thinking, is that a Croc reference to like the Batman guys? Like I didn't know.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's like some crocodile characters that exist, like Crocodile Men.
That's just an alternate dimension.
There's some DC fan listening, and I'm sorry. It's just like, it's a Crocodile Man, and it's from a multiverse, and it's actually one of Shazam's famous villains from the 50s. We don't know. We just don't know.
I don't know. If you Google DC crocodiles, you just get a lot of stuff about Killer Croc and also the crocodiles at the Washington, D.C.
Well, I thought honestly, visually, it looked amazing. Also, the multiverse doors, I would say that starts to open up. If all those doors are different dimensions, then you could essentially tie in the entire CW series. You could tie in Tim Burton verse. You can tie in the Nolan verse. You can tie in everything. Practically.
Too big.
Too hot.
Too big.
Well, that's how they're getting away with the Joker, I imagine, in a
guess
story complex. It's just a self-contained story.
MCU hasn't even dove into like the actual concepts of having a multiverse. I mean, they've referenced that they can go there, but they've not actually gone that way. DC has mentioned that in, I think, the Flash TV series, and now definitely Shazam, the first film.
Okay, there's that theory that the Jake Johnson Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse is going to be the Tom Holland.
That's supposed to be.
Yeah,
that is.
Because it's Earth 616 or whatever the number is?
Well, no, Earth 616 is Marvel. Earth 19999 is the MCU.
Okay.
I'm so glad you guys know this.
I know, it's so important to have this information in my head.
Yeah.
So Jake Johnson's Earth 616, not the MCU.
No, I think he's Earth 19999. I think he's Tom Holland.
But then the timelines doesn't add. But I guess it doesnesn't matter because they can be from the past to the future because Nick Cage is from like 1939.
26 years down the road.
Yeah, but the timelines can be in different places anyways.
Hey guys, you're spoiling Spider-Man Spider-Verse. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
it's so good. It's so good.
You should watch it.
No, Nick Cage is in 1939. That ruins the whole movie.
No, you don't. No, it won't.
No, it won't. It's so good. Nick Cage is perfect.
He's one of the highlights of the movie.
Guys,
really
speaking of perfect, the end credit scene. I waited a whole 10 minutes for that to come, and it was a
Which one? Wait, 10 minutes? It was the first one.
It was like 3 minutes, Nolan.
It was a fucking 10 minutes I waited for this caterpillar thing to talk. I have no idea what was happening.
Who is this caterpillar? What is this caterpillar?
Whatever that bug was, I have no idea what that was.
So I saw that bug in the first scene when Dr. Sivana
You waited 2 minutes and 46 seconds, Nolan.
I waited 10 goddamn minutes.
Awesome. So the first time you see that caterpillar, it's in the cage, and then the next time you see the cage is empty, right? And you're like, well, I guess the caterpillar is important. Cut to the end credit scene, the first end credit scene after the After Effects, end credits, and you get this caterpillar doing straight up Amazing Spider-Man 1's end credit scene, where it was like you had the lizard in prison, and then like some dude came out of the shadows and was like, "We're gonna build a bigger plan," and then you cut to Shazam, and it's like fucking Dr. Sivana in prison, and then you cut to someone in the shadows, a caterpillar. It's like, we got a bigger plan. We're gonna build this group, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did not. I know a lot about DC, and I don't know who that villain is.
That's Mr. Mind.
Who's Mr. Mind?
You don't know that? I don't know. I don't know anything about
for
Shazam.
Sure, you know about it. When Justin is hard asked me, he's like, "Who is that?" I was like, "I don't fucking know, but I guarantee you, Ballard will."
No, I didn't know. I knew Thanos back when it was uncool to know who Thanos was. Like, I'm usually pretty good at this.
I
had
assumed
no
it was
fucking
something
clue.
that you would know too. I thought, all right, has Brainiac ever been a caterpillar? Because the voice kind of reminded me of what a Brainiac would sound like.
Right.
I had no clue, dude. I thought Alice in Wonderland. I was fucking like, what is this caterpillar?
I had no fucking idea.
Apparently, it's Mr. Mind, and that's the furthest you've looked into it.
That's it, Mr.
Well, I'm
Mind,
glad
the
we have Mr.
caterpillar.
Mind coming as a villain.
You know who's a good
next
villain
movie.
that I'd like to see live action, Ballard? Ballard will know who this is, and Nolan will never have heard of it. Starro.
Oh yeah, well, dude, of course. Why
Starro
not?
was used great in the DCAU.
Starro should
You
have
haven't
been the
seen those
Justice League
episodes
villain.
yet.
The Justice League film should have been Starro.
They would have explained why Henry Cavill was an ass all the time. But
It would explain so much if Starro was literally the villain of Justice League.
Ballard, there's an episode of Batman Beyond you're gonna like.
I'm sure.
Starro, we need Nuclear Man back.
That's not
Nuclear
that's not a
Man.
actually, DC doesn't own the rights to Nuclear Man. That's the Salkinds own that.
No way.
Yeah,
really?
that's not
What
a
is the
DC
Superman villain's? What is the Superman 4 villain's name? What is his actual name?
It is. It's Nuclear Man.
That's Nuclear
Yeah,
Man. What
Actually,
is
it's
fucking name?
Nuclear Man because that's how Gene Hackman pronounced it. It's just nuclear the entire movie.
Oh,
Does he
his
say
fucking
nuclear?
nails.
So it's
His
technically
nails got
Nuclear
me
Man.
every time.
I love when Homer corrects Lisa and says it's nuclear.
Yeah, they actually changed the definition, and nuclear is a word. I didn't realize that.
So guys, guess what? Mr. Mind was a big deal.
Yeah.
Not one of us knew or cared. So yay, way to go, DC. You got so abstract we didn't care.
Was there a second scene?
There is a second end credit scene, Nolan.
I didn't know this. I left.
I didn't
after
stay
the
around
first
for
one.
this.
You guys both left?
Yeah. Why would I fucking stay around for another
So
10
keep
minutes?
in mind, I'm watching this entire end credit scroll. I'm reading all the names. I'm memorizing them. And I have to pee this whole time. And I'm still waiting for the last end credit scene. I'm thinking to myself, DC is not going to do the Marvel thing yet, or the last end credits complete bogus. A cat hawking up a fucking Tesseract, a fucking ant playing drums. No, they're not going to do that. Guess
Thanks
what it
for
is?
spoiling the Captain Marvel one for me.
It's okay. First thing you see is a sign that comes up and says like, test, fish talking or some shit. And then it's Shazam holding up a fish tank and he's talking to the fish like, blah, 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 can you hear me or whatever the fuck. And then nothing happens. And he goes, this isn't a cool power. And then that's it. It's over.
Huh. That's
okay.
interesting.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It was a dig at Aquaman, which is weird because Aquaman's the only movie tonally that actually kind of has the same tone as this movie.
Justice League has even like Bruce being like, I hear you talk to fish.
Yeah.
So every
Justice
movie
League's
digs
barely
that.
a movie though. It's
The last thing I want to mention, guys, before we move out of here, is the Annabelle doll. Did you see Annabelle in Shazam?
didn't notice it, but I've read that it was in there.
Why
and
are
it
we
was
talking
like,
about this?
Well, because it's David F. Sandberg. He and James Wan, they had a hand in Annabelle being made. So Annabelle,
had a hand in it. He directed it.
I saw Annabelle in the pawn shop, and I was surprised. I was like, "That's awesome!" Ha! And so I looked it up online, and beautiful glasses. And I
Those are women's glasses.
was reading about how Annabelle is actually in Shazam, and then I was reading it's in Aquaman as well. Did you guys know it was an Aquaman?
No, don't care. Don't care.
I didn't notice it in
It's
Aquaman. No.
It's on the bottom of the ocean. All right, we can move on.
I think
that's it.
I think that was a cool fact that we added.
Cool fact.
I hadn't heard that fact before, Ballard. And I appreciate hearing it. I am not
welcome.
being facetious. I enjoy watching Nolan in pain on these spoiler casts.
No one is in pain, Cool Boy Nation.
He's doing weird shit to keep himself interested, like putting on women's sunglasses. If we keep going for another hour, we'll get Nolan naked.
It might happen. It actually probably will happen if you do another 15 minutes.
Wearing
By the 3-hour mark,
wearing
Nolan's dick
DC
always comes out.
pajamas. Is that a coincidence? Is that just a coincidence?
I always wear Batman pajamas.
I know. So it wasn't for this. You don't have
That's
Marvel
coincidence.
pajamas. What's that about?
No, I only like Batman.
Only Batman.
If Batman was in the MCU, I'd probably never watch a DC film in my life.
Well, he's crossed over.
We need more crossovers.
Jesus, maybe Disney will fucking just buy Time Warner.
Yeah, they could. They could buy DC.
They could.
All right, well, let's get into the last thing here, guys. Ranking of all the films in the franchise in the DCFU or whatever
joy.
exists of that now. So, guys, let's put them in order. Here we go. We have Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Aquaman, and Shazam. What is your number one? And Felk, you're always going to start with your one first because you don't care about teasing anyone. So Felk, go ahead and ruin your number one.
No, you want to go? I just that's how a lot of people do it. You want to go the other way? I'll do it the other way.
Yeah, go the other way. Tease the one.
Okay.
Tease the one.
Right. So I'm picking worst.
Yeah, so start at worst. We're going to start at our worst, and we're going to move to our best.
Worst is Suicide Squad to me. Followed by Justice League. Followed by Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, then Wonder Woman, then I'm going to say Aquaman, then Man of Steel, then Shazam. Shazam is my favorite.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's bold.
It made me feel feelings, and movies don't usually make me feel feelings.
When Phil feels feelings, good things happen.
Yeah.
Cool Boy Nation. Obviously, ranking doesn't count, or equate to boys in any way because this is different. This is our feelings.
It's more organic.
I'm fucking so confused.
This is feelings. So Noli,
go with your gut, Nolan.
You can go next. I want to hear your confused answers. Go.
Oh, my confused answers are Justice League's the worst.
Yeah.
Followed by Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Followed by Man of Steel.
Okay. Wow.
Then Batman vs Superman.
Dawn of Justice.
Then Shazam. Then Aquaman, and the best being Wonder Woman.
Wow. All right. Okay. So here we go. My number 7 is Justice League.
Okay.
My number 6 is Suicide Squad. My number 5 is, I guess it's going to be Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. My number 4 is Aquaman.
Okay.
My number 3 is Shazam. My number 2 is Man of Steel. And my number 1 is Wonder Woman.
Oh, you guys
I'm going to flip Shazam. Aquaman's not good. I'm deciding right now Aquaman wasn't fun. I mean, it was fun, but I'm deciding,
you hate it.
It was fun, but it's not a good movie.
You hate it all of a sudden.
No.
You hate it.
Yeah, real fast. Nolan, what is Justin is Hard's rating of Shazam?
3.
Oh my god.
He was 3 as well.
Did he not send a review? Did he send a review?
No, he didn't send a review, but he told me right after we watched the movie, he said it was a 3. It was better than Aquaman. And now, I'm agreeing with him. Like, as I think about the structure, Shazam is like a well-made movie. Aquaman was fun, but it's like fucking like just all over the place. Shazam knew what it wanted to be, and it did a good job of that. So Shazam is better than Aquaman.
It is. It's more structured.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's better than. I think it's the best.
I think it's definitely up there. I still nothing will get over the feels I had of watching Man of Steel throw fucking Zod through buildings.
Snap
and
his
nothing
neck.
will get over and snap his neck. Oh, it was beautiful. And nothing else will ever make me feel how emotional I felt. I felt like a woman watching Wonder Woman.
Hey, Felk.
Yeah.
He has a killer bod, honestly.
Who? Ballard?
That's a Ballard's quote. Ballard. It was just what.
Oh, yeah.
It was Ballard's quote. Is his one quote in an episode where it just like goes off the rails.
Beard
where you like, think
bulges.
Ballard's gay for a second.
Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah. Beers Bulge's ball sacks. It was like Manuel Sky or something.
He had
Damon
a
or
killer
something.
bod, honestly.
I don't know.
He did. He had a killer bod. Man had a beautiful body.
All right, wrap it up.
Hey, what's your best? Okay, hang on. What's your best body? What's your best DC bod?
Cavill's.
Yeah, it's Cavill by far. Well, Cavill has his shirt off in Man of Steel. Oh my god,
It's ridiculous. It's
I don't
ridiculous.
know.
He looks
I don't know.
unorthodox. Like his body is too big for like his physique.
Yeah, it's HGH.
Cavill is literally my second best. But my top best chest is the barrel chested Ben Affleck. The barrel chested
Dude,
Ben
Affleck's
Affleck's
pretty good from
Batman.
behind when he's like just pulling in like the weights and like you're like,
Dude,
wow,
For a man that
right.
age, he is that is impressive.
Fuck me sideways. Ben Affleck for the entire 15-minute montage in the Ultimate Edition, extended Ultimate Edition of montage,
Where you see his
where
bare
he's
ass?
just working out, where he's TRXing
Wait,
it, where he's just going
There's
crazy.
bare ass.
There's bare
ass in the
ass,
extended
Nolan.
edition
Oh
when
my
he takes
god,
a
I'm
shower.
watching this right when we
He
hang
takes
up.
a shower, and you just see all this
When
booty
we're-
just
when we're
fly
done
out.
with this,
Ben
I'm going
Affleck's
to watch
bare
that. I'm
ass
gonna go
for
jack
no
off.
fucking reason. Why did they?
No,
even
you
shoot
Felk,
that?
there's a reason. Felk,
For
there is
no
a reason.
fucking reason. There's always
No, there's a
for
reason.
bare ass.
Zack Snyder loves the male bod.
I know he does.
And he wants to show it in all its glory. And
Yeah,
he saw Ben Affleck in the shower one day because Zach was training him with him in the gym. And both Zach and Ben went to the shower at the same time, just by chance. And Zach looked over after he was sudsing up his cock and getting it all over his chest. And he looked over, he saw Ben from behind. And he was like, Ben, that's a tight ass you got there. And Ben said, thanks. And then he went and he's like, I'm going to write a whole scene with Chris Terrio later. And Chris Terrio was meanwhile in the corner just jacking off super hard to Ben Affleck's ass and Zack Snyder's dick.
I like this story more than any DC movie I've seen.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Give me 50 million and I'll make you a good movie.
I know you would.
Of Zack Snyder and Ben Affleck in the shower.
Fuck my butt. Cool Boy Nation, tell us what you thought about Shazam by emailing us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. We're going to get so many fucking emails. It's going to be great.
Can't wait.
New episodes of the Cool Boys Podcast come out every Tuesday or possibly Wednesday. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Cool Boys. Also, please review us on iTunes. Also, donate to us on Patreon. Well, fuck that. Also, please check out our other great Cool Boy Central content with Batman and Beyond on all the places you can find it. Thank you for listening. Stay cool, Cool Boy Nation. Until next time, it's Byzies from Freddie Freeman Felk.
And that's Byzies from Billy Batson Ballard.
And that's Byzies from Nightclub Patron Noli. That was the best scene in the movie. We all crashed in a nightclub. It was the best laugh for me.
They teleport. They don't crash.
It's the closest thing to an 80s movie that they were willing to go with strip clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Adventures in Babysitting moment for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And it was great. 3 out of 5. Good movie. Go see it, Cool Boy Nation.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
You are upstanding American boy.
You have excelled in all things.
I pump while I dump.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Get out of here, damn silly. Get out of here!
Oh, yeah.
This episode of the Cool Boys Podcast was brought to you by...
Guys, I'm going to take advantage of this time, Felk, because Felk didn't want to do this one other time. I'm going to take advantage of this time right now to discuss this Snyder cut. Because there's all this information released.
We're moving on. We're getting into Shazam. We're not going to spend 20 minutes talking about the Snyder cut.
30 minutes later, we're still going through the Snyder cut.
We're not going to do it.
Okay.
He would have done it if you didn't stop.
I know he would have
Nolan.
done it.
I would have probably.
Someone needs to
done
stop the Ballard.
Yeah.
Back in our old days when we did 2-hour episodes, you definitely would have gotten a whole Snyder cut conversation right there.
And it would have been at the very start of the episode, and no one would have made it through it.
And it would have gotten cut out, put in After Dark where no one ever heard it.
Oh, After Dark. I remember those days.
Hey guys, when can I cancel my Patreon account? Because every month I'm just donating money to an endless cause.
We still haven't gotten enough to cash out into one lump sum. It's like you have to reach like $300 before you can cut the first check. So we still we're that money is just Patreons forever.
This Patreon might be the Easter egg. Cool boys.
Cool boys.
You don't have to say it. It's pre-recorded.
I love saying it.
Get some
cool boys.
So serious.